John, can you sum up for us how you feel after tonight's 90 minutes, the first leg of the final?
Yeah, I don't think it's a 3-1. I don't think there's 2 goals in it overall. I mean, I can't hide from the fact that they scored 3 goals and were very clinical, but I didn't think there was 3 goals in it. And I felt at half time if it had been 2 each, I think that would have been a more real reflection on the game, because we had 2 or 3 really good chances. We played some really good football. I thought we started excellently well. And off the first time we made a slight error by, Dean kicks the ball at the park from a goal kick, and from the throw-in they move the ball quite quickly, we get caught out, and before we know it the lads had a shot, and it's a goal out of virtually nothing. And I thought we had dominated and controlled the first 16 minutes. I thought we'd done virtually everything right, bar score. And to find yourself a goal down was disappointing, but for me, we were well in the game, there was no need to panic. But we didn't really get the opportunity to steady without, going 2 goals down, which, again, we pushed Dobie right to the byline where you would want him to go. If we go, if we don't get on the end of the cross that comes in, which is disappointing, and we find ourselves 2 goals down. But I thought the boys did exceptionally well after that. They passed the ball really well, and there's a great chance for Kevin Nisbet to score. There's a big chance for Jamie McGlynn to score off the, Nathan Flanagan had a shot, the goalie goes to throw it out, and he obviously changed his mind halfway and he threw the ball somewhere in between, and it was a chance for Jamie to score. The lad gets back, clears it maybe 2 or 3 yards from the goal line, so it was an opportunity. And then the best chance of all was the one great move that led to Callum Crane going through, great ball by Jamie McGlynn and behind the defender, and the goalie's managed to squirm through his legs but then deflect the ball beyond the post, which was disappointing, because if we got the goal back at that moment in time, I think it would have been a different story in the second half. We were a bit slow in the second half. We weren't quite as penetrating in the second half until we changed things around a little bit. Disappointing to lose the third goal. It was very cheap free kick in the back area. Didn't win the header, poor. And obviously an attempt to try and clear it, Ewan Murray's headed it into our goal. So it's disappointing to lose that goal. But we changed it, and the lads kept going, a bit more direct, a bit more in their face, and got the goal back. And probably maybe deserved to get another goal back, and it may, 3-2 would have been great under the circumstances, that you're 3 goals down. It's 3-1. We go to Dumfries and Saturday hoping to get the first goal, and then see how they react to that, because they didn't react particularly well to the goal that we got tonight at that time. So we're hoping that we can go down there, get the first goal, and see what happens.
You've covered so much of what I was going to ask you about there, but maybe the most frustrating feature is the fact that we contribute to our own undoing again with application and concentration in the final third.
Well, I mean, yeah, just being clinical, being a bit more clinical at both ends of the pitch, with regards to concentration and defending and set play, to get a header at the back area to come back across the goal. Tonight, we didn't get too many of them, but I just actually remembers me one that actually Callum Crane got a header at the back post as well, in the second half, which he did exceptionally well to. Just no one else was coming in to knock it over the line type of thing. So yeah, just a bit more clinical at both ends of the pitch, because I don't think there was a great deal of difference between the 2 teams.
In terms of watching the game for the touchline, there's a really kind of fine line, when to kind of push forward and when to kind of just shut up shop. But when we went down 3-0, you put on some subs there, and they did seem to have quite a significant impact. Yeah.
Well, that's what you're always hoping, isn't it? I mean, we the formation that we started with is similar to the last couple of games that we fought for, and we managed to keep quite tight and compact. And tonight, we lost goals cheaply, and it doesn't matter what formation you play, because I've seen us lose the goals all season, no matter what we played, so it's not down to our formation at times. Concentration, going with runners, being aggressive, would have probably prevented the first goal, and perhaps the last goal there, just by being exactly these things I mentioned there. So, no, I mean, the lads gave a good account of themselves tonight. We've came up against a team that probably have had more chances in other games this season and no scored as many goals. You know, they were quite clinical tonight. You know, probably can't believe the luck that they managed to get, you know, as many goals from so probably a few chances.
When the goal does come for Raith Rovers, it asks a lot of Dave Mackay because he's got a lot of time to think about it. How important might that goal be?
Well, it's extremely important because 3-0, you know, a mountain climb 3-1, I mean, got the last goal in the game, you know, sets us up to go down there to get the next goal and then have the momentum in the game. So Dave done the right thing, like he was put his foot through it and kind of, well, hope for the best. You know, it's a lot of players in front of him, and all you've got to do is get a good contact on it and the power and the pace on the ball, taking it, you know, past everyone. So he done the right thing, and so, you know, he did exactly what he had to do, and he's got the goal back. Just a pity we couldn't have got one more to even make it more interesting.
We've not got a crystal ball, but looking forward, is that first goal the away leg key?
Well, you would think so. You would think so, but it didn't really matter to Tottenham in Amsterdam when they went and got another goal down to Ajax, you know, but they came back and won. And these are the things that we've got to cling on to, you know. No one gave Liverpool a chance against Barcelona, so all these things have been, it's no fantasy, it's actually happened. We all know these things can happen. We get the first goal down there, and whether that comes in the 5th minute, the 10th minute, the 15th minute, the 45th minute, the 55th minute, the 65th minute, it doesn't matter when it comes. If we can get the first goal, it'll be game on.
Late rally from ourselves there was matched by the noise for the South Stand. Yeah. I'm assuming that the message will still be that the fans have got a really key part to play on Saturday. Yeah,
without doubt. No, I thank the fans for turning up tonight in good numbers there, and the noise from the young team was excellent. So, you know, the lads tried everything, you know, they really did. So thanks for the backing, and you know, I hope it doesn't put too many off going down to Dumfries on Saturday, because it's only half time and anything can happen.
Take our good wishes to the team, and we wish you well for Saturday, John.
Right, David, thank you.